Alright, so, here's my thing right now. I have decided to, redo this video about The Last Jedi, the movie review, this way. Now, first thing I want to say is I will be going over each character as they are presented here. So, this is the whole main cast of The Last Jedi. We have Kylo Ren, Snoke, Rey, Luke Skywalker, Admiral Holdo, Poe, and Leia. As you see them in Lego form, and obviously this is a custom Poe Dameron that I made. Yeah, I will be going over all of them. And obviously there will be spoilers here. So I am warning you now, as I have said in previous videos, the movie has been out for several weeks now, and I preserve the right to tell you what I think about it. And I suggest, if you don't want major spoilers, then you move right now. Otherwise, I am not going to hold back in telling you how I think each character did in the movie, and with that comes spoilers. So, yeah, I feel like that my movie review is good in how I used it with the webcam, but I'm having actually current issues with that webcam. This is getting a little bit off topic though, but I think my webcam is hacked because it keeps moving, and you guys can tell that it keeps moving around. Because before I got my Spider-Man Homecoming DVD, a few weeks before Christmas, I went on a site, on movie site, one of those movie sites, and I watched Spider-Man on it, or some video, or movie, and I think it got me. I think it truly did get me. But moving on to that, I first want to discuss Finn, or Poe and Admiral Holdo here. So I will just move these guys out of the way here. For the purpose of this part. So here we have Vice Admiral Holdo from the Resistance Bomber, and a custom Poe Dameron, which is also in the Resistance Bomber. Not in that way though, but yeah, that was just for my little custom trailer. And there's also a little bit of Leia to be involved in this as well. So, Vice Admiral Holdo. Did I like her? Not very much. Did I think she was needed? Not very much. Did I think she served a purpose? Somewhat. She got on my nerves, and obviously she got on Poe Dameron's nerves. So, yeah. And if you didn't know, I haven't read the book, but I have heard she is adapted from the Leia Organa book that came out, talking about Leia and stuff. So, yeah. I guess kind of spoilers for that. But, I did not like her as much in this movie. She was aggravative. And at one point, I even went to the restroom during her speech. And, because obviously I had drunk a soda during the movie. But, I obviously, didn't want, or started not to like her character. But, yeah. Poe Dameron, he was nice. He was way better than Admiral Holdo. Sorry, Laura Dern. But, yeah. You were a good actress, I will say. You were good in it for the first time. But, I was not a big fan of the character overall. Poe Dameron, I really do like him. Sadly, I predict for episode 9 that he will die. But, that's just a prediction. As for Leia, she is force sensitive all of a sudden. And, she can survive in space somehow. She stays alive in the end of the movie, which I'll also discuss. And, yeah. So, I give her a 7.5 or 7 out of 10, him a 10 out of 10, and for Carrie Fisher's last performance, obviously this is the Force Awakens version of her, I give her a 10 because she was actually good too. So moving those characters out of the way, we can go to Luke Skywalker and Rey as they are presented here. So obviously this is the Octu Island training version, and I'm recording this right after I did the review of it. And yeah. I did give some spoilers away for the Octu part in the review of the Octu Island training set. He does throw the lightsaber over the side. The Porg tries to activate it. And there was some missing scenes, or deleted scenes, that involved a big fish. If you pay attention to one point, you can see a giant fish flop out of the ocean when Rey is walking, or walking around. And you also see his X-Wing. I could have barely mistaken the X-Wing for a fish. I don't know. But, yeah, I heard early on from somebody who reported it that there was also supposed to be a Han Solo memorial. There is not a Han Solo memorial, unless it was a deleted scene. So, yeah. His performance is overall great. Her performance is overall great. Now, this is where it gets big for the spoilers. So, obviously, spoiler. This is to do with Carrie Fisher as well. Obviously, we know that Carrie Fisher passed away after production of The Force Awakens, or Last Jedi, after the production ended. And and they were supposed to have, I guess, kind of spoiler for episode 9. Obviously, it's changed because of her death. But they do unite in this one. They were supposed to unite in 9, but they do in this one. And what I don't understand, and what I would like to discuss with people, is the fact that they replace her death with Luke's. So don't get mad at me for that. This is a spoiler review. So yeah. I don't know why they switched her death for somebody who is still alive. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, honestly, I think he should have stayed alive for one more thing. Not to say that he couldn't come back, but it's more likely not gonna happen in a human flesh way. But yeah, and Carrie Fisher, obviously, before it ends, or after this movie, she's gonna die. She's obviously, her character has officially died now. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to cover that. as far as Rey's parents go, bringing Kylo into the situation, he kind of does a Darth Vader and tells her, but yep. So yeah, he kind of does that. So yeah, and then we got Snoke here, the one that is misused in the whole entire thing. So yeah, yep. I feel like he was totally misused. I still think he has a more chance of coming back than Luke does. But yep. Overall, The Last Jedi presents its good side. It felt like a Star Wars movie, and I feel like it was a great Star Wars movie. And obviously I have presented the flaws in with talking about the movie. Yeah. So overall, I am going to give The Last Jedi a 10, or no, a 9.5, or 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Admiral Holdo, I mean, you can have whatever you want when you see the film, but you can say whatever you want, but if you like her or not. But I did not care for her character. I mean, the whole arc with Poe Dameron here was great, was okay, but just they argued over and over, and I feel like that was kind of boring. And obviously they were friends. Her and Leia were friends, and she took over for Leia when she couldn't do it. So yeah, I would not have thought that they would have killed off Luke, but they did. Risky choice there, but yeah. I mean, yes, Carrie Fisher is gone, so they should have easily just killed her off and not Luke. But it is what it is, and it happens. As for Rey's parents, I am no longer going to hype myself up over theories because, well, kind of busted for now. Unless Kylo was not telling her the truth. Yeah. So that's about it. And I feel like Snoke could have done better too. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I could think about. There's one other thing, but I don't really want to tell you about it. There's actually two other things with two other characters, a returning character and a long-living character that happens. Oh, R2 and 3CP over there, they have a Marvel joke about language. But, yeah, that's a Marvel joke. So, yeah, it's cool. But, overall, I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. And, yep, so I guess you can call this a, how accurate is The Last Jedi to the figures, and the characters with major spoilers. But yeah, I'll also put a major disclaimer in this. So yeah, they'll get mad at me because I've warned you fair and square that not to come to spoiler reviews. And I feel like it's gonna be the same way with Infinity War stuff, especially with Lego sets. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy when that movie comes out. But yep, that's about it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I shall see you next time. And tell me if you've seen The Last Jedi. Be welcome to do reviews, but do not give away about a certain returning character and a certain one that also may or may not make it to the movie. And some of you know what I'm talking about. So, please don't say that part. Yeah, but that's the only parts that I would consider not to say. But, and Luke's death was kind of a thing. But, this is a spoiler review. So, yeah, I had every right to say spoilers. But, yeah, that's about it. Please come like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Bye.